people don't realize how enormous the city of Chicago is, just like space-wise. It's huge. It's so, can I swear? Okay. It's so fucking huge. Like, it's just insane. And we know in our minds that, this is the third largest city in America, blah, blah, blah. But Jesus, she's a big woman. My whole family, we're originally from Long Island, New York. I was born out there. Everything there is very well connected. I mean, now looking at it, I can see how it's very car-centric because you take the train and then somebody picks you up and you go, to a party at Gatsby's house, essentially. But we would always go into the city. We would just take the train everywhere. And so that was one of my favorite things about growing up, was being able to take the transit and explore. When I first moved here, I lived in Jefferson Park, which is way on the northwest side. And I had sort of no concept of the city at all at that point. I would sometimes just get on and go downtown and just like screw around and be like, here I am, the city of dreams. And like, and then like turn around and get back on the train. I was going somewhere in that it's a train, so it goes somewhere, but I didn't have any specific goal in mind. It was like the trip is just the trip. The goal of walking around is just to walk around and to observe, and to look around, but it's really just to explore the city. With most of the CTA trains, it's such a wonderful way to navigate around the city because they follow the grid almost entirely. And especially, luckily, since most of ours are above ground or elevated, you can see so much more because you don't get that experience in a subway. You just get this wonderful sense of how the city expanded. I worked in New York City for a while, and I'm going to black out talking about it because it's a miserable place. I'm sorry. New York City is one of the worst places in these United States. People who live in New York love it because they're like, ooh, nothing works here. It's so fun. We're like making our way through it. And it's like, yeah, or you could fix it. Why do you consistently make things hard on yourself? Why is it like fun for you to make life a puzzle? Like if I wanted to do a puzzle, I'd buy a puzzle book. I don't want to do a puzzle to get to dinner. It's so easy to get lost. And so that's what I appreciate about specifically Chicago Transit is how user-friendly it is. I love the idea of the CTA. I love what it could be. And I love what it is at its best. Service in 2019 was so much better. People even then weren't happy about it, but I was like, this is great. I just remember exploring and just thinking it was the coolest thing that, some of the lines are super elevated. Some of them are in a highway. Some of them are underground. Some of them run on grade level. Like there's whole sections of the Brown Line that like are just in the street. Like, and it's nuts. I'm in a couple like CTA groups on Facebook, but people in those groups are so funny because they'll be like, oh, I saw the 7000s on the Blue Line. They'll be like, ooh, car 2433 is my favorite. It smells so good. Which to be fair, I also get, here comes the train. I love it. Like I get very gremlin-y about it, but I keep it to myself. I have ridden every single line all the way around. Not in a day, but over time, I have. On one hand, buses and trains should like efficiently get you somewhere. Like that is like we do agree that should happen. But also like, it's just fucking fun to sit on a train. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite things to do is to just sit and be ferried somewhere. So to be able to pay like $3 and just like, essentially ride the whole system is awesome. People watching is one of my absolute favorite things to do. Voyeur is really what it is. Let's be honest. I'm extremely voyeuristic. I love looking at people, just watching what they do and judging them and gossiping about them. I've been babysitting an 8-year-old named Cole since he was 4 years old. He's one of my best friends. I love him so much. But we ride the train together because he goes to school around here and we ride the train from school to wherever we need to go next. But like babysitting is not really the right word for it, but like nanny or manny is not really correct either. So I just say I'm his bodyguard because that's really what I am, is I just make sure he doesn't die. And that's actually what I tell him. If I have to walk out of the room, I'm like, hey, don't die. And I'll come back and he's like, I didn't die. Or I'll walk back and he'll be like, I died. I'm like, dang it. What am I going to tell your parents? He's like, I don't know. The other day, their mom's car was broken down and she turned to him in the morning to go to school. She said, do you want to ride the train or do you want to get a lift? And he told me the story afterwards. He goes, I said to her, well, there's no reason to spend all that money on the lift when the train is right here, which is literally a sentence I have said to him like over and over again. And I was like, Sondheim was right. Children will listen. Like it's infuriating how much they pick up, but it also is really cool because, he's not just parroting it because I said it. Like he legitimately loves it. Like he loves riding the train. And sometimes if we have time, we ride the Metra. It goes by and every time we do, we both go, hi, Metra. And a couple of times I've tested it to see if he'll do it. If I don't say it and he does. Even if I don't say it, he goes, hi, Metra, we love you. I'm like, yes, Cole. I'm a writer and a performer. I know that's hard to believe because I've been so calm and demure this whole time, but transit very regularly makes it onto the stage. I have started doing more solo material and I've been writing like songs and stuff. One of my favorite songs that I do is a Lana Del Rey parody called Tax Me Tax Daddy. That is what if Lana Del Rey wrote a song about the importance of investment in public transit. We just recorded the track for it, and we're going to do a music video of it. So I'm very excited. Okay, imagine Charlie Day, and then Charlie Day grew out his hair, and then Charlie Day had a mustache. So that's what we're working with me physically. Now imagine a like flowing gray dress, sleeveless. I have long hair, but I have a long brown wig that I wear with it. And then I have high-heeled silver shoes that I wear with it. I was like, nobody's going to like this. It's literally just for me. But it, to be perfectly humble, kills every single time I do it. Okay, so the chorus is, I have a little bit of a cough, so excuse me. It's, tax me, tax daddy, send my money far. Build so much rapid transit, I don't need a car. Use my taxes, daddy, on our infrastructure. Cause seeing transit flourish makes me wanna fuck ya. Some daddies beg for my body night and day, but I want a daddy who'll give a bus a private right of way. Other daddies try to dazzle me with riches, but my daddy fixes our decaying roads and bridges. It's literally like, as I was writing it, even if I never performed it, I was like, if I die and they find this, like, I will be good. Thanks, trains.
Next week in Hyde Park, Chicago's Tina Turner.
And the audience lost their minds. They lost their minds.
From Superphonic Studios, this is Chicago. Listen every Sunday.